little flower. Do you ever feel like you just don't fit in? Small guys like us, we ought to stick together.
Hey everyone, this is Julie and welcome to my SOFHAB review segment. Today we're covering one of the last two Peanut specials. It's the Small Things, Charlie Brown.
Oh boy.
And it isn't. Joining me is Rascal Entertainment. So this special is probably the most peculiar one we've seen from Apple. And we know that Apple now sold it, so it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
And it shows how Sally has become quite attached to this small dandelion growing on the pitcher's mound in the baseball field. So Charlie Brown and Peppermint Patty are supposed to compete in it, but Sally's strange refusal causes the rest of the neighborhood to see the beauty in the small things around us. What kind of peanut special is this? But
before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on SOFHAB reviews and so much more.
And thank you so much for joining us today, subscribing to any and all of our channels, commenting everything we do. We appreciate you so much, specials. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
And I'm laughing because right now this is the worst of all the specials Apple has put out that we've watched.
Oh, how dare
and it's
you.
such a stretch. It's such a stretch, and it's contrived, like they're trying to make something out of nothing, and they don't succeed in making something out of nothing.
Oh, God.
Because you can't make something out of nothing like evolution. You can't do it.
Yes. Well, first off, they just took from It's Arbor Day Charlie Brown, and then
Which we covered already,
right,
and was much better.
And took that and just, like you said, made it what it wasn't. Basically, we're just going to get straight to the point what this message of the movie is. Charlie Brown did not pay attention to Sally. She's old enough to try practicing baseball to be on a team. She fails. Charlie Brown is like, oh, well, okay, next time. And they all leave her behind. And she feels like she's being ignored and insignificant. So she finds this dandelion growing on the mound. And it looks like her in terms of the hair. That's already why she got attached to it. And she talks to it and everything. And you're first like, okay, she's kind of like Bingo, finding a friend within the flower. You don't really think anything of it.
Right.
Then the problem comes in when she stays there for hours and hours till everybody goes home except Sally.
Yes. And we'll tell you more why this special makes no sense.
Quickly, yeah.
But for those of you not familiar with Snoopy Presents, again, it's the Small Things Charlie Brown, or simply called It's the Small Things Charlie Brown, or as I say, don't call it anything at all. It's the 47th Peanuts animated TV special. And it was the second special, oh my gosh, released on Apple TV April 15th, 2022.
I just see we're doing all these out of order, but who cares?
Right. As we said, it revolves around Sally for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first special written by Craig and Bryan Schulz, who are the son and grandson of Charles M. Schulz. And we hope they don't involve in any other special ever again. This had 4 writers, including those 2.
Okay.
It's supposed to be animated TV special genre. I guess we would say slice of life.
Yeah.
Not a good slice.
They couldn't even give you comedy.
There were 8 executive producers, 2 producers, 3 production companies, including Wild Brain Studios, Peanuts Worldwide, and Schulz Studio. I don't know why. It wasn't even that important of a special. And the runtime is very short, like 23 minutes.
Yeah, very. It's like something you would see on the regular TV.
Right.
Okay, so this is one part a moral lesson for Charlie Brown, and also a Earth Day special, I think, because again, she gets attached to this flower because she's feeling small. She's feeling like no one pays attention, and they leave her behind because she's smaller and younger. She gets attached to the flower, and they're like, okay, well, you gotta move eventually. She'll be gone, by the next day. We'll just come back later. She doesn't go home. She sits and sleeps in the baseball field to keep the flower company.
Overnight, and Charlie Brown doesn't make her come in.
No.
Which is really disturbing because even as the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, Lucy kept a watch over Linus. And she knew when he didn't come in, and she went and got him and put him in bed with her crabby butt.
Yes.
But Charlie Brown, the good guy, the one who always tries to do the right thing. They deliberately were painting him to be in a bad light in this special. And he leaves her out like the parents in the freaking baseball field sleeping all night. Who does that?
Yeah, the whole premise is ridiculous. She sleeps on the mound next to the flower to keep it company. It's like, you're not going back home. And then when they go back to the next day in the morning to the field, try to get an early start, she's still there. She doesn't go home. She doesn't eat. She doesn't, she said, take a bath. She is determined to keep that flower protected. And it's like, she's not even like she's 3 or something. She's 4 or 5. This is ridiculous.
And it's again, they were trying to make Charlie Brown look bad.
Yeah, the entire time.
He looked out the window and saw her out there, and he left her.
Yes, he's, oh, I'll leave some food here. She'll come back. She never did. She stayed out there. And yes, this was one of the very few times they showed Charlie Brown to be bad in a special, which is really unusual. Charlie Brown does make mistakes, but not something as terrible as this.
Correct.
And the entire way is being painted, her refusal to leave the flower all alone is her standing up for the little guy and giving the respect it deserves, like it's a flower. And then suddenly, slowly, all the other kids start joining in and they start singing songs, and it's like, hey, this is pretty fun. And they start having this big old party, and they fix up the field and clean up the fence. Suddenly it's this whole get together to protect the earth, and it's like, she has a flower. It's a dandelion. It's what's considered a weed.
Although we know that it has health benefits for the sake of the special.
Yes.
It's a weed.
Yes, and this whole thing is considered like Charlie Brown refuses to see where her stance on.
And may I interject? He tried to solve the problem. He went and got a pot with dirt in it, and he was going to dig it up and put it in the pot so she could take it home with her.
Yes.
She fights with him. She tells him not to touch it. She tugs back and forth. He said, listen to what I'm going to tell you. I have a solution. This little cow didn't even want to hear it, and she fought with him, and then they destroyed the dandelion.
Yeah, immediately.
And again, this was contrived. It doesn't make sense. It's a stupid freaking special that had no business being made. No one should have paid money for this.
And then it's paid like, Charlie Brown, you were wrong. You were so mean. The whole thing is framed like Charlie Brown is wrong the whole time. But like you said, if he hadn't come up with it, if he had just come up and rip it up, it would have been mean.
Right.
But he was going to have something where she could take it and it wouldn't have even been damaged. But the way it's framed, because Charlie Brown was not paying attention to Sally, not listening to her, not celebrating the flower with her and the other kids, he was seeing her wrong. Peppermint Patty didn't care. He thought it was all rude, so they didn't play the game and lose. Which I guess they said, look, you're going to lose anyway. It's Charlie Brown. Might as well get it over with. But I don't like that they framed this like Charlie Brown was being very stubborn and ignorant and wouldn't listen.
Okay, let's tell you what's really wrong with this altogether. First off, the good news. Apple sold Peanuts to Sony for $473 million.
Yes,
there is a chance we'll get better specials that make sense.
Yeah.
They were aware that they had ruined this. They knew they ruined it, so they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Which tells you they don't appreciate anything that they have. They don't value Peanuts at all, and it was obvious in these specials. Number 2, Charlie Brown has never not paid attention to Sally. In every Peanuts special where Sally's included, he spends a lot of time with her. He dotes on her. He's sweet to her. So again, it was intentional. They were trying to make Charlie Brown look bad in this.
Yeah.
So here's the 2 problems with this special. The main problems. 1, it's stupid. It doesn't have any sense being made because it's not a real problem.
No.
And the second thing that is the biggest problem with every Apple special is twofold. 1, they want to give every Peanuts character some type of problem,
like
some type of conflict that didn't exist. And 2, it insults the viewers because you've got a lot of viewers that have these things they're dealing with, whether it's depression, sadness, where they are sticking up for other people, where they truly care. They have these things that are real. And Apple makes light of these things and issues and makes these stupid, fleeting specials that don't treat it seriously. make a joke out of it, and
Really?
insults the viewers. And
then-
that is the problem the most with this special. It's a joke.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
a real
I'm sorry.
problem. He had a solution. I'll dig it up, put it in a pot. You can take it home. And she wouldn't listen. And she was trying to say he was mean. He's never been mean to her in the history of 75 years of Peanuts. Charlie Brown has never, ever been mean or ignored Sally.
No, ever. And he makes sure no one messes with his sister either.
That's
or
correct.
or if someone bothers her, my big brother's gonna get you. And he's looking like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
Yeah, this whole thing eventually gets to the point of the end. I mean, like
Thank
near
goodness.
the end. And they just blatantly, just like with Marcy and Lucy's and others, they blatantly tell you what the moral is.
Mhm.
Problem is, Charlie Brown, I'm going to paraphrase here. You don't listen to people smaller than you. They don't have a voice. I had to speak up for it. I guess that's flower. But the entire message was, you don't pay attention to the small people because they're small and they're insignificant to you. If you listen to them and they had a voice, you could see how great they are. This was a message for the viewer. Pay attention to the small people in the background. They have value too.
And here's the problem. In the history, 75 years of Peanuts, Charlie Brown is a small person.
Yes,
He always got
did.
the short end of the stick. He always ends up losing until
Yeah.
the Peanuts movie that ended, the real Peanuts.
Yes.
So them using Charlie Brown as a plot device for a stupid message that doesn't apply in here is atrocious. And I'm so glad Apple no longer has it. We were trying all this time to be gracious with Apple, but you know what?
Yeah, we
Thank
did.
goodness you no longer own it. Thank goodness you came to your senses and got rid of it. We pray Sony does a better job with this franchise. This was an unnecessary and stupid special.
Yeah.
And Charlie Brown was painted as, and here's the message, you're just a boy, a man. You don't know anything. You're
Unfortunately.
unimportant. You don't know anything. Sally is the real important one
She's
here.
the hero here.
Nobody cares about your game. And
Hey,
nobody
you're gonna
cares
lose.
about you.
That's what it was coming off as. It's
And-
like, you're going to lose, and then he loses the game immediately. Like, it didn't matter what happened. Charlie Brown was going to lose, and he immediately loses the game in like 2 seconds.
And the weird thing is the son and grandson wrote this. So what kind of issues do they have?
Exactly. This is now getting to territory that we don't want to go to, because what happened to that magic you had prior to being with Apple? Did they get in a part with this, or did it change based on who had it?
It's almost like they took the legacy of their dad and granddad respectively and destroyed it and made it into something it wasn't. And this is what Peanuts has turned into with Apple. And this special
Soapboxes.
totally gives you the example of what is wrong with Apple having this franchise. So again, we're glad they don't have it anymore. It was bad. It was terrible. It's the worst one we've seen. And we
saw
really
one
don't
left.
even recommend you watch it. I mean, if you want to see it just to see how bad it is,
Yeah,
that's fine. But we recommend don't watch it.
pretty much.
And what's funny is they had the audacity to nominate this, the PGA Awards for Outstanding Children's Program and Children and Family Emmy Awards
That
for
was that
Outstanding
deep.
Original Song. The songs are terrible. They're not
They're
good.
Disney.
They're not memorable. They mean nothing.
No, and they
and-
wouldn't have made a musical.
And this is not an outstanding special. It is terrible. It's the worst one that the Apple has put out. We haven't seen Peppermint Patties yet. We're covering that last, but we know it's got to be better than this. They can't go worse than this. They can't go any lower than this one.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's disappointing because we love watching Peanuts specials. Even we had ones we didn't really care for. We really just hope that this would be interesting because it had Charlie Brown in the title. No, it's either the Apple specials are really more about everybody else but Charlie Brown, and Snoopy, since Snoopy has his own show. For whatever reason, Apple's decision was to have the Peanuts story have about everybody outside of Charlie Brown, so get a spotlight. And that probably wouldn't have been such a big deal if they weren't trying to ham-fist a message in every single one. Like, oh, you are loved, Lucy. Teachers are important too, even though everyone knows that. Franklin is respected and loved just as everyone else. He's no different from everyone else, even though we established he's different from everyone else. The small people matter. Introvertness is very different, Charlie Brown. All these messages don't fit Peanuts. They were trying
Right.
to update them without bringing them to the modern day. but by taking them now out of this element to force in something that a segment of people will only enjoy, it completely destroys
and
what
that
people liked
presents
about
it in a way that again insults the viewers that are experiencing these
issues,
these problems and things. It doesn't give enough attention to it in the right way, any of them.
No.
And they've just being handled like this is a plot device, we're going to use it. So the cast, voice cast: Tyler Nathan as Charlie Brown, Terry McGurrin as Snoopy, Hattie Kragten as Sally, Rob Tinkler as Woodstock, Lexi Perri as Peppermint Patty, Isabella Leo as Lucy, Wyatt White as Linus, Holly Gorski as Marcy, Caleb Bellavance as Franklin, Natasha Nathan as Patty, Charlie Boyle as Violet, Jacob Scully as Soli as Pigpen, Maya Misalejovic as Frida, and Matthew Mucci as Schroeder. If you've seen, unfortunately, It's the Small Things, Charlie Brown, let us know what you think in the comments. Did you like it? And if so, tell us why.
Yeah.
We really want to know what about this appealed to you, because we could not find anything.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, don't waste your time. Don't watch it unless you're just a Peanuts fan.
Or you think
that
this
wants
is
to
actually
see,
cute.
or you want to find out what the train wreck is. Then go ahead and watch it. Come back and tell us what you think.
And be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on SOFHAB reviews and so much more.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us today. As always, you are our specials.
Thanks so much for watching. Rascal Entertainment.
I'm Julie.
Have a fantastic day.
Continue to be happy, healthy, whole, and also wonderful, my specials. See you next time.